good morning to everybody. And we're happy to have you all here with us today. We've got two wonderful specialists in meditation with us today. Miriam and Larry, I'd like to welcome you here today. Thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself as far as your meditation background.
Okay, so yeah, I was born in a family that they're all meditators. My mother, my father, my grandparents, my uncles. So I think I started in this journey of meditation when I was very young, and of course in my adolescent years, I'm kind of got my wild side, and I wanted to see the world outside meditation. But then I came back. When I got my son, and I started with a regular practice since 1988. And in and out. I started meditation in a practice that is. You need to practice in morning and night in this kind of a routine. But now I just found I found a way that I meditate because I like it. And not even because it's good for me. I know it's good for me, but I like it. I like to sit and feel that, feel that sitting and the presence, the mindfulness, the breath. So it's a practice that is included in my routine because I really like it.
Do you do it with guided meditation? Could you tell the folks for the first time with meditation, what is a guided meditation?
I think because he's my guided meditation teacher.
Okay, Larry, tell us.
All right, good.
Guided meditation.
I've been I started meditating about 45 years ago. I grew up in Hawaii, and I was exposed to a lot of different cultures there. And when I went off to college, I was taking comparative religion classes and different classes, and I started meditating in college. And after a few years of trying different meditations, I got involved with a Buddhist meditation, Vipassana meditation, which is commonly seen in especially in America as a mindfulness-based meditation. Mindfulness is very popular now, and so I've been doing it about 45 years and teaching for about 30 years, teaching meditation. So yeah, what I like to say is that the word meditation is a lot like the word music. The word meditation is a lot like the word music, in that there are many different types of music, in the same way there are many different types of meditation, but all music is made up of the same basic component parts. There's rhythm and scale and measure, time, but they're just packaged kind of differently. Everybody expresses music differently, and everybody enjoys music differently. So some people only listen to one type of music all the time. Maybe it's rap music or symphony music or different, but they just enjoy that one music, and they're an aficionado, and that's all they're going to do. Other people like different types of music depending on their mood. So they may play some symphony sometimes when they want to be quiet and more meditative, or they may play rock and roll music when they're excited, want to have some fun. And so it's the same way in the meditation. There's different types of meditation. Some people like to try a lot of different types of meditation. Some people focus in on a particular type of meditation, but all meditation offers the same basic thing. It's just, like I said, how it's put together and presented by the individual meditation teacher.
You answered the question before I could even ask it, because a lot of the folks out there watching this for the first time probably had no idea what the word meditation means. Mm-hmm. Is meditation something you do for 4 hours a day sitting in the lotus position, or is it something you can do relaxing for 15 minutes a day?
I would say, I always tell people, if the meditation had come from France instead of from Asia, then everybody would think that meditating involves sitting on a Louis XV gold-plated chair, fancy chair. The idea of sitting lotus meditation on the floor is simply because what people think of as meditation came from Asia, And that was just the cultural thing that they did, is they sat on the floor. They didn't have chairs. And so it's just as easily practiced in chairs or on the floor. It doesn't really, it's not so important. The most important thing is doing the practice, not the environment that you practice it in. So
Great. For those of you watching this, stick with us till the end of the video. I've been told that Miriam and Larry are going to do something very special for us at the end that you're going to want to be participating in. So hang in there with us and watch the rest of the video. So how would one get started in meditation? Where would they go? What would they do?
There's many different places nowadays, especially with the internet. There's all kinds of offerings on the internet, many different people teaching a lot of different types of meditation, so they can do that. Or we offer the meditation through Meetup. It's a internet site, and people can join us over the internet, kind of like what we're doing today through Zoom. We were pre-pandemic, we were having group meetings, and people could come and sit with us for a couple. We were having evening meetings where we would sit and meditate together. But
For those of you watching, we'll put down in the comment section how you can meet up with Miriam and Larry at their meetup sessions.
Mhm.
Take a gander. I think you might find it addictive. It might
there
be
you go.
a good word to.
Yeah, in a good way.
So why do you think meditation's good for longevity? It's one of the 4 pillars we talked about in the first chapter, and it's as equally important as exercise or nutrition. Why is that? Why is meditation so important?
So in my practice, I work with intuitive medicine that combines the information of the most recent scientific studies with ancestral medicine. So one of the most recent scientific studies about stress is actually brings a term that calls inflaging, and is the results of a lot of studies that brought the information that what ages the body is the inflammation in the body.
Caused by stress.
Yeah, and the inflammation is caused by stress. So stress causes inflammation that ages the body. But stress is very interesting, the concept of stress, because it's not that stress, because we have a stressful life, but it's how we respond to stress. So, and that's where meditation comes in. The meditation changes our view, our perspectives in relation to how we respond to the stimuli, the environment, relationships, and give us this capacity to bring our nervous system into a self-regulation state that take us out of that negative stress that creates inflammation and creates aging into a more proactive response to stress that actually creates very more good chemicals in your body that we call the wellness chemicals that make us move into a more parasympathetic response in the brain that give us more ability for our immune system even to repair and heal our body. So it's actually the opposite of aging. It's rejuvenating.
Yes, which is possible.
Oh yeah, scientifically speaking.
One of the other books.
Yes, exactly.
And there's a couple of tests out there. You can test your biological age as compared to your calendar age. But your points are well taken, which makes me think of one of the books that changed my life a lot was The Power of Now. And it says, which is a Buddhist concept. The past is history, the future is a mystery, today's a gift. That's why we call the present. And what I find in my meditation sessions is what you were just saying about the stress. It brings you back to focus on the now and the what do you have to be appreciative of, and get you off of the stress level, as just exactly as you had said, Miriam.
Yes.
Oh, this has been good. We try to keep these chapters short, and so, but tell me anything else that the two of you might want to pass on to a beginner or an advanced meditator.
Well, I would say the main thing is a way of an explanation about meditation. The type of meditation that I practice and that I teach, like I said, is called Vipassana meditation. Vipassana means seeing in various ways, because ordinarily what happens is we become so mesmerized by the voice in our head that we think that what our voice is telling us in the moment is the only possible response that we can have to a situation, when in fact there's an infinite number of responses or infinite number of possibilities in every moment. And so what happens is when I become too myopically focused on the voice in my head, my world closes down. You can see that as we age, our world tends to get smaller and smaller. And so what happens is if I have a very small world view, and I have a problem there in it, it occupies a large spot in my worldview. If I can't change what takes place in the world, my experiences, the things I come in contact with, whether it's external or internal, they're going to stay the same. The only thing I can change is my relationship to them. So as I begin to create a more spacious mind, my mind gets larger. Now the problem stays the same size in the context, but it becomes smaller in relationship, because now I have more going on in my mind or in my life than just this problem. So the meditation practice is about becoming more spacious in the mind. As I become more spacious in the mind, it naturally dilutes the difficulties or the things that I'm struggling with. And so I don't have to worry about getting rid of anything. What I'm doing is adding into my life all the possibilities that I can have in any given moment. So that's really what the meditation has to offer.
That's very good, Larry. That's a great analogy, and makes it. I know that I'm not a teacher like you folks, but when I ask friends of mine to take up meditation and they try it, they say, "Oh, but my mind wanders. I can never focus." And I say, I read that we have 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. And so it's not a matter of don't try to fight those thoughts, but to bring back your mind to the now.
Exactly. That's what I say all the time. Trying to get the mind to stop thinking is like asking the eye to stop seeing or the ear to stop hearing. If you sit there going, "I'm not going to see, I'm not going to see, I'm not going to see," you'll drive yourself crazy. Or "I'm not going to hear, I'm not going to hear, I'm not going to hear," you'll drive yourself crazy. If you tell the brain, "Stop thinking, stop thinking, stop thinking," you can't. You're going to be thinking all the time. What you do is you change your focus or the object that you're being attentive to, so that thinking kind of fades into the background. So it may still run for a while, but it's just not so important anymore. And in that, because in thinking you can only repeat back to yourself stuff that you already know. That's the nature of thinking, is all the stuff that you learn. If you want to change your life, you have to open up to the possibility of discovering something new, and the discovering of something new only takes place when I let go of thinking. So because that's this regurgitation of stuff that I already know. And if it was working for me in the first place, I wouldn't be struggling in my life now. So if I want to change my relationship, I need to change my mind and allow myself to be open to new possibilities. So that's really
very good. Yeah. For that, again, once again, for those of you that want to learn more about this from Larry and Myra, take a look at their meetup spot, which we'll put down in the comment column again. And Angela tells me before we sign up, you have a treat for us, or you're going to tell us something.
Yeah, it's a little meditation.
Yeah. So yeah, I was going to invite, just like I said, ordinarily our the meditation takes between a half an hour and 45 minutes. It is guided, so I don't let anybody just hang out there by themselves struggling. We guide through the meditation period, but we can do a short meditation here today just to give you kind of a little feeling about what it's like to do the meditation practice. So
good. What should we do? Can we sit where we're sitting right now?
Just sit where you're sitting. Excuse me a second.
I'm going to do the same direction on my heart to me in like 10 seconds. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Instead of
All right. We're improvising as we go. Like I said,
Good. Good. That's what
it's ordinarily it's a little longer, but we're going to do just a taste today, just to give everybody a taste. So what I like to invite everybody is to just sit in a comfortable space, wherever you're at, just sit comfortably. It's nice to sit upright, but whatever you're comfortable with, and then and allow yourself to realize that you are sitting here. So ordinarily, I ring a little bell to begin the meditation and to end the meditation. So I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell, and when I ring the bell, just we'll allow our eyes to come to closed. So that's the sound of the bell. So I can acknowledge the sound of the bell and allow my eyes to come to closed and begin to just acknowledge that I'm sitting in this moment. That I'm sitting and I'm aware of the sensations in the body involved in sitting. Perhaps one of the more predominant sensations is the sensations of contact, where the sitting bones meet the pillow or the chair or the bench or whatever I'm sitting on. And I can feel that groundedness. I'm aware of the groundedness there, the sensations of contact the sitting bones make. And as I open to that awareness, I begin to notice perhaps sensations throughout the whole body, perhaps moving into the legs or up into my upper back or shoulders. Just this awareness of sensations. And as I'm aware of sensations, I begin to notice perhaps how thinking is kind of fading into the background. That really my intention or my focus, my awareness is on this awareness of sensations throughout the body. And in this awareness of sensations, I may discover or remember that breathing is taking place. I become aware of the sensations of breathing, perhaps this rising sensation in the belly as I breathe in, and this falling inward sensation in the belly as I breathe out. And I can just feel this invitation to my attention just to rest there, noticing this rising and this falling in the belly. Attention resting there, somehow calm and peaceful, and yet somehow focused, attentive, mindful, curious. His belly rises, belly falls. And I breathe in with this awareness of breathing in, opening, available, receptive in this moment. And I breathe out, open, aware of sharing in this moment. An interconnectedness. I'm connected with all things. I breathe in the oxygen that all the plants and vegetation throughout the world provide me. And I breathe out sharing my carbon dioxide back with all the plants, trees, the flowers. Breathing in and breathing out.
And then we practice to embrace all those sensations, appreciating all, loving them all. Perhaps there is an invitation to fall in love with yourself again, to fall in love with every part of yourself in each breath, again and again and again. Experiencing a romance with yourself.
Gently allowing your eyes to open, to recollect oneself. This moment.
That was fantastic, Miriam, or Larry. Thanks so very much. I don't know about the rest of you out there, but I'm certainly relaxed. Take on the world now. Thanks for being with us today and for sharing your ideas and your practices and getting us as excited about meditation as you folks have been for all the years you've been involved with it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.